Hey y'all. I'm gonna hop on and just talk a little bit about life skills. So when people often talk about life skills, they talk about stuff like, hygiene and meeting your basic needs by, brushing your teeth and stuff. And then some people talk about life skills as being able to do your taxes. Um, I talk about life skills as skills that we think we should know or people expect us to know how to do, but we're never taught. So when we were kids, being told to calm down, being told to pay attention, are life skills that were asked of us, but we were never taught how. And so I am today going to talk to you a little bit about paying attention, because paying attention, being asked to focus, was something I heard a lot growing up, but no one ever taught me how to do it. Can anyone relate? And so what I learned about paying attention was to just look at the person who's talking in school, nod my head, act like I'm following along, but I'm not listening to what they're saying. I'm actually just daydreaming or planning or ruminating or whatever. And it wasn't until I was in my 20s that I actually learned about what it means to pay attention. So, paying attention, the ability to focus, is being able to put your mind on something, anchoring your attention onto the thing that matters to you, that you want to pay attention to. But then your mind wanders. So it's noticing when your mind wanders. Oh, I'm trying to focus on this lecture. I'm trying to focus on this video. I'm trying to focus on reading. I'm trying to focus on listening to my friend speak. Noticing when your mind wanders and then bringing it back, right? And the most important part is just noticing when it wanders, noticing when your mind is not paying attention to the thing you're trying to pay attention to, and then say, oh, oops, come on back. And there's a lot of reasons why our mind might wander or get distracted. Oftentimes people say things and our mind instantly makes connections based on our own stories and our own life experiences, and then we start thinking about those memories. Or sometimes we get distracted because our mind, our brain, our limbic area wants to know what's happening around us. And it wants to know that to keep us safe. And so sometimes if we're sitting and we're learning, we're paying attention, and we hear a big sound, that distracts our mind. And then our mind wants to know, what was that sound? Where did it come from? Why did it happen? And so one of the really short, mindfulness practices that you can try at any point is just tuning into the sounds around you or tuning into the sights around you. And what that does is it gives the brain, the part that wants to make sure you're in a safe space, the part that wants to know that everything is okay, the chance to actually scan the environment, to scan the space you're in, to know that you're safe. So when we just sit and we listen to the sounds, it gives our mind, it gives our brain the chance to know what is happening around us. And ultimately, with that knowledge, then we can go back to paying attention to the thing we need to pay attention to, or we want to pay attention to. So I have someone that recently reached out to me about self-care. And so we'll do a really quick self-care practice so that if you're noticing you're having a hard time focusing, this might help. It might not, but it might, so it's worth trying. So just taking a moment, and I recommend closing your eyes, but you don't have to, and just listening to all the sounds around you. Listening to sounds as far away as possible. Listening to sounds in the room you're in. And even listening to sounds in your body. Notice if some sounds are easier to hear, like your mind latches onto them. Notice if some sounds feel more pleasant or unpleasant. Maybe we hear music and that feels pleasant, or we hear a horn honking and it feels unpleasant. And just notice how it feels. Okay? And after you do this practice, you can try to go back to the thing you're trying to pay attention to and notice if there's a shift, if there's a difference. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But I'd love to know in the comments what this short little practice was like for you.